Do you ever take time for self-reflection and self-care? It's so important for our well-being and to actually get to know ourselves more, because so many times we're living on automatic. So many times we're getting on Facebook, we're getting on Instagram, we're seeing what everybody else is doing, and we get further and further and further away from listening to what our heart is showing us. There's so many ways that we could be living, and a lot of times we're just living from our conditioning. We're setting goals, we're doing all kinds of things according to what we were taught when we are younger and how we should be, and what we should do in order to make money, and all these things. And there's a lot of people succeeding, but are you really happy? That's the question. Success isn't just about how much money you make. Success is enjoying the journey along the way. Success is bringing your unique expression to the world. Success is being you, is being your authentic self. And most people don't know who their authentic self is because they're caught in their conditioning, because they've disconnected themselves from their truth, because they're acting out in drugs and smoking and drinking and overeating and all these other things that numb and suppress us. We talk about numbing and suppressing our negative emotions, but when we're doing that, we're also numbing and suppressing our greatness. We're also numbing and suppressing our unique talents and gifts. And for a lot of people, it's scary because those unique talents and gifts, maybe they were criticized I was criticized when I was younger for expressing. I was criticized when I was younger for almost everything I did. And everybody has a different path. It's ridiculous to compare your path to others, because everybody had a different childhood growing up, and everything stems from what we learned and how we were taught from the age of 0 to 7. And if we've had traumatic experiences along the way, our energy is stuck and frozen at that time, and we keep responding and reacting and filtering our points of views from that place when we were little. We may have grown up physically, but not many people have grown up emotionally. A lot of people are responding and reacting like a 2 and 3 and 4-year-old. She did that to me. They don't love me. Da da da. And I get it, because I catch myself doing that too. I'm not perfect yet. I don't plan to be perfect. But I know I'm perfection in the eyes of God, and everything that is happening today, I know is happening perfectly. I'm not perfect, but what's happening is perfect. And I think what causes a lot of suffering in the world is we're not accepting what is. We're thinking we should be over here. We're thinking we should have a different body. We're thinking we should have more business, more success in our business. And we're thinking all these things, because out here, then once we get it, we'll be happy. But that's not true. If you're not happy now, it doesn't matter how much you get out here, you're not going to be happy. And happiness isn't what you have or do. Happiness is feeling the truth inside of me and you. Happiness is moving into that space of love and letting that love expand throughout our body, love, and letting it flow to every part of our being, especially to those parts that are hurting. Now, we talk about the inner child, but what the inner child is blocked energy inside of us. There's different parts of us where we stored energies with traumatic experiences. And in order to heal those experiences, we need to breathe into that space. We need to bring love to that space. And a lot of times, it's not using your conscious thinking mind, because your conscious thinking mind is a protective mechanism. And it's going to keep me from going to those spaces. And in order for us to really understand what's going on deep, it's layer by layer by layer by layer. It's crazy, but so many times we think, oh yeah, we've healed. We've come so far, and we have. I mean, look back at your journey. You've come so far. I acknowledge you. I give you credit. I think you should do that for yourself as well, because you're still here. You're still alive. You're still kicking. Whatever you're going through today is perfect for your path in this earthly play, whether you're feeling happy, sad, joyful, mad, whatever emotion you're feeling today it's beautiful. Emotions are beautiful. We're human beings. We're meant to have emotions, because emotions are our guidance system. If we're numbing our emotions, we're numbing that part of us that's guiding us on our journey. We're numbing that part of us that's saying, hey, you know what? This is right for me. This isn't right for me. This feels bad because there's something inside of me that's stuck. That energy wants to be healed. That energy can only be healed by feeling it, but also we can't change what we don't understand. So if we just go into that place, say, okay, I love you, I feel you, and that's great. So now understand what am I believing is true about this situation? What am I believing is true about me? And a lot of times, it doesn't make sense to the rational mind. It's a misunderstanding created when we're little. The idea that we're not loved is a big core issue for many people. That's why I created the I Am Love movement. A lot of people talk about good enough, but I think it goes deeper. I think if we don't feel lovable, that reflects in our relationships, that reflects in our business, that reflects in our ability to make money, to receive money, to do anything, to be, live in joy, whatever. I am loved. I am lovable. Those are the two core issues. If somebody gets mad at us, we don't get mad at us. If we get mad at somebody, we're not mad at them because of what they did. We're mad at them because we take it down to the core of believing that we're unlovable. If we didn't have that belief, we'd let people be. And whatever they say wouldn't matter because we're in the loving. Get it? I know it's not, I'm talking intellectual, but it's not intellectual. You have to move into the energy. It doesn't matter how much work you've done. I mean, I know a lot of us have done all these self-help books, but we don't get to know ourselves through reading a book. We get to know ourselves through self-awareness. We get to know ourselves through self-reflection. We get to know ourselves through being with ourselves, no matter how we're feeling in quiet times, not just meditation. Be with yourself, be in conscious awareness with yourself. You can go into meditation, go into that deep space within, find out what's going on, whatever, connect with your inner being, ask your inner being to guide you. That's beautiful for meditation, but it's also important just to be still. Just to be still and listen to the universe, listen to the sounds around you. The universe speaks to us through animals, through trees, through the birds, through the bees, through overhearing conversations, through opening a book. There's so many ways the universe speaks to us. If we're so clogged, if we're so thinking how things should be, we can't listen to the universe. If our energy is stuck inside from traumatic experiences from the past, that traumatic experience is filtering our perceptions and points of views, and we're not seeing clearly. We see clearly when we start to heal that inner debris. We feel the love flowing when we heal the love around our heart. That energy is surrounded around our heart, and we can't feel love. A lot of people say, I can't love them because da-da-da. Why not? You're not loving them because you're loving them. You're loving them because the love's flowing freely. Why cut off the flow of love? That only hurts you and me when we do that. It's like drinking poison, saying, here, I'm going to get mad at you. But that energy that you're putting out there is actually in you because you're feeling it as you speak it, as you think it, as you say it. It's like when we understand human behavior, it's a lot easier to become our own savior, to become our own best friend, to learn how to treat ourselves in loving ways, to learn how to be with ourselves in loving ways, to hold ourselves when we're sad, to comfort that little child when it's trying to get our attention, saying, hey, look at me, listen to me, I need your attention right now. This is why I'm angry, this is why I'm upset, this is why just hold me, just love me. So many times without there. We want them to love us so we could be okay. And I don't know about you, but I played that game. And it never worked because even if they did love me, it was never good enough because I wasn't loving me. So the most important thing is learning how to love ourselves. Self-love is at the core. Get manifesting goals, manifesting, that's fine. Do all that. But go to the core first. Get to know yourself. Get to know who you are at the core of your being. Get to love yourself unconditionally. Love and accept yourself unconditionally. You are a beautiful, divine being. There's nothing about you that's bad or wrong. Even though the mind might tell you that, people might tell you that, there's nothing about you. Everything is perfectly designed in God's mind. But anything that you're going through, any situation, any ideas that you have about yourself that don't feel right, then they're not true. And it's not just thinking a better thought, it's really shifting that energy inside. It's going into that stuck energy, like I said, breathing love into it, giving that energy a new understanding, because otherwise we're going to continue to respond and react the same way until that energy feels loved, understood, and safe. We all want to feel safe, and that's like at the core of it too. And a lot of people say affirmation, well, it's safe for you to be you. It's safe for you to succeed. It's safe for you to receive. It's safe for you to live abundantly. It's safe for you to be happy. It's safe for you to be loved and feel relaxed in your body glove. So I hope this video inspired you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways or another. I know you can do this if you choose. I believe in you and I love you.